I'm quite excited about this theme actually, because I've basically just spent the past month looking at stars, which you hear a little bit about in here. My ancestors are either laughing at me or shaking their heads in despair as I swing my phone around in the night, squinting at the constellation app on my phone, glowing down at me. I'm pretty sure that's Capricorn, I say with mild confidence to my friends resting in their camping chairs. Wait, no. Oh no, yep, that's Capricorn. And I think that one there is Jupiter, so Jupiter is in Capricorn. After a few days of camping, a weak internet connection, and this free-to-download app, I can say with some certainty that I can now locate Capricorn and Gemini, which I excitedly tell my friend, yeah, you see that kind of V shape just below the saucepan? Yeah, that one. That's Capricorn. That's you. Every night of our road trip has me standing in the dark, my hands on my hips, squinting up, and at no point during this week does this beautiful spread of shining light start to look even remotely familiar. My ancestors would be all over this, I think to myself as I search the Milky Way. I'm pretty sure that's where the emu is. You know, that dark emu that Bruce Pascoe writes about? I'm pretty sure it's the place where there isn't any stars and it makes the shape of an emu's long legs and neck. I'd Google it to confirm, but my phone's dying and the internet probably wouldn't hold out. My great-grandmother wouldn't have needed Google, I think to myself. I wonder what stories and knowledges she received and shared around campfires and the rising moon. Who sat with her as a child pointing out constellations and told her, yeah, you see those stars? You see how they connect? That's you. Who painted her stories across the sky of animals and people and spirit dancing across for millennia? I lean back into the night and wonder what has been lost and what stories are still being told. My great-grandmother lived a hard life. As one of the last surviving members of our tribe, she is often credited with keeping our language and stories alive. Most Kungarakan people trace our lineage back to her, and I wonder how many times she stood outside, searching these same stars for guidance, knowledge, or comfort. I wonder which constellations were watching down as her people ate poison damper bought from the settlers in town, and which stars sang soft lullabies to her as she wept for her family. As she wept for her family and the generations of Kungarakan people who died. As she sat around the fire at night with her children, which stories and knowledges did she prioritize, telling them before they were stolen from her and forced to live at the Carlin compound? What constellations were with her as she grieved them into the night? What stars set over the horizon as she rose to survive another day? Do your people have any stories about the stars? Someone asked me at a party one cold evening. I composed my face into a mixture of polite patience and sadness. I'm sure we do, I just don't know any. I suppose, we're on a journey of healing and reclamation, but I haven't been a part of that particular area of cultural regeneration just yet. Slowly stepping out of the conversation, I grimace, thinking about the books on Indigenous star knowledge collecting dust in my bedroom and whisper apologies to my ancestors. Hundreds of years of resistance and survival, and I wouldn't be able to find north on a cloudy day. I swing my head out from under the veranda and look up at the lingering glow hanging over Nam's city, hiding away the stars. Can't see Capricorn anyway. One night, in Otaki Aotearoa, my friend asks, what do you think happens when we die? I take a deep breath and expel it slowly. I think we go back to where we came from. You know how nothing can ever truly be destroyed? Like the matter that makes us up just changes form. I think our bodies break down and rejoin the earth that we were created from and nourished by, and what makes up our spirit, our consciousness, who we are, and how we treated people in our lives, that energy rejoins the greater essence of life. It never leaves. It can never be destroyed. It just changes and becomes something new. And what about all that she says, shaking her head in amazement, her arms sweeping dramatically across the sky. All the stars. Oh man, I laugh. None of that makes any sense to me. But I think the stars have always looked down on us, even during the darkest moments of our lives and of human history, quietly willing us to align with them, to align with ourselves, and return to their teachings of beauty and patience and softness and strength. I don't need an app to tell me that. Those teachings came from the love and determination of my grandmothers and aunties, from our lands which held us through the darkest night and every dark night since, patiently waiting for our return, a return of mind, body, spirit, and stars. Thank you.